Yo, what's good, my people? So, I hope we all enjoyed the NBA draft last night. And the Houston Rockets, to say the least, they won this one by a huge margin. They were the winners of this draft by far. You know, Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson, that is just an A-plus draft. But let's talk about the initial picking of Amen Thompson at 4. So it was between guys like Cam Whitmore, Amen Thompson. You could even throw in guys like Taylor Hendricks, etc. I don't really know. But the overall picking of Amen Thompson makes way too much sense. You're getting a guy who's coming in who, in my opinion, if everyone in this draft hits their full potential, he's going to be the second to third best player in this entire class, but that's a massive if. You look at the playmaking issues the Rockets currently have. Amen Thompson's a very, very high-level playmaker. I think he's best suited in transition in the open floor in full court, but in the half court, Amen really does have great vision to make the right pass and make the right reads. He's a ferocious athlete. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's quick. And I feel like the biggest intrigue with me is his defensive versatility. He can guard 1 through 3 very well. He's very mobile and he's active on the perimeter. And alongside that, you've got a guy like Ime Udoka who hangs his hat on the defensive end. He's gonna love having to work with a guy like Amen Thompson. And on top of that, these two picks in general, I'm going to touch on Cam Whitmore in a bit, give you a lot more leverage in free agency because both of them are good perimeter defenders and in Amen's case is a good passer. So that kind of lays off the pressure of paying James Harden a 5-year max because you've now got the playmaking in Amen Thompson. I'm not saying you're still not going to go after James Harden if I'm Rafael Stone, but you're not as pressured to overpay him or overpay certain guys. You were hearing rumors that the Rockets were interested in Dylan Brooks, could command around $15 million in this free agency market. You're not as inclined to do that because you now got Cam Whitmore, who's a wing like Dylan Brooks with a lot more upside and is probably potentially could be better next season than Dylan Brooks already. You get two guys who just like that are great perimeter defenders, can apply rim pressure, which is so key in today's NBA to get defenses in foul trouble and overall pushing the pace of the offense, and two guys who have elite potential. Now, segueing onto Cam Whitmore, he was a guy who, if he was not taken 4 by the Rockets, I would have seen him probably, in my opinion, go 5 to Detroit or 6 to Orlando. But in this case, he slid all the way down to 20. You know, there's various reports coming out like he had a good pro day, but his individual workouts were lackluster. His individual interviews were lackluster. He had some lower leg medical reports, which were a bit negative that scared some teams. But at the end of the day, the talent-wise, he's a top 5 player in this draft by far. You know, there's obviously some concerns, and I'm sure the Rockets would have done their due diligence before even picking him at 20, even though that's a massive steal. But a lot of teams are going to regret passing up on this guy because Cam Whitmore's a guy who's going to come in and play with a lot of energy. If you look at his frame, he's not a guy where you have to completely revamp his physique, make him bulk up because he's already got an NBA ready body. He's not going to be getting pushed or bullied around. And overall, look at the type of skill set he brings. You see a lot of comparisons to Adrian Griffin Jr., Jaylen Brown. Well, guess who coached Jaylen Brown in Boston? Oh yeah, it happens to be Ime Udoka who got the best out of him. Now, I'm not saying he reaches that level, but I can see the primary skill set being there. And if you guys remember coming out of college, Jaylen Brown was just a defender. His offensive game definitely was not polished. And if there's a guy who's going to get the best out of Cam Whitmore and Amen Thompson, it's definitely going to be a guy like Ime Udoka. I feel like both of these guys have a great attitude and hang their hat on both ends of the floor, which is a great culture change for the Houston Rockets who, in the past under Steven Silas, I wouldn't even say had bad defenders, but they didn't give too much effort. I know Ime Udoka's not going to stand for that, and drafting two guys who will give effort on both ends of the floor like this is a great way to change your culture. Now, as a whole, Cam Whitmore did improve a lot in college as a 3-point shooter, around 35%, and he can still improve more. And with the improvements I saw in college, it leads me to believe that at the next level in the NBA, he would take that another leap. But like I said, he's ferocious when attacking the rim. He has a bit of creation to him. He also is active defensively, averaged around 1.5 steals per game, and he's the type of player you want. Like, imagine having your 2 ball handlers if you're on the opposing team getting hawked down by Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore. That's a scary backcourt defense right there. And I'm not saying they're going to be starting, but I'm saying there could be certain rotations where you pair Jalen Gill with an Amen Thompson, playmaker and defender, with a pure bucket getter like Jalen Green, or there could be a bench unit where Kevin Porter Jr. is leading the bench. You got Cam Whitmore next to him. You know what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of avenues you can go down and delve in. But regardless of what I'm trying to say right now, it's quite obvious that the Houston Rockets got the best value pick. Even if Cam Whitmore doesn't necessarily pan out to the way you would have expected, getting him at 20 is just such high value, because I still do see him being a productive NBA player no matter what happens. He's a guy that has a great attitude and is going to come in with a chip on his shoulder. Like, you saw how annoyed he looked. Well, it was quite easy to see on his face visibly. He was very irritated that he fell all the way down to pick 20. But he's going to come in, I'm sure, with a chip on his shoulder and prove a lot of guys like, hey, all your team has passed on me. I'm going to show you why that was a huge mistake type of thing. But obviously speaking, the Rockets won this by a landslide. They basically got 2 number 4 picks. That's how I see it. They won this draft. But in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys feel about Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore. Do you guys agree that they got the biggest steal in this draft? Would you prefer them to take someone else? And are you really excited to see what they can do at next season with the Houston Rockets? But most importantly, the bottom line is these 2 moves take a lot of pressure off you in free agency to not necessarily overpay guys, because you fill quite a few holes. You know, Woj did mention the Rockets are favourites to land at Brook Lopez, which I'm sure would help in the floor spacing department, especially at the 5. But in other aspects, this draft was perfect and Rafael Stone knocked it out of the park, so well done there. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree with the draft selections, and how do you think they're going to pan out? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. But that's all I got for this video today. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, share to your friends if you enjoyed this. I'd appreciate it. It'd help me out. But most importantly, my people, stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.